All right, welcome back to the channel, everybody. In today's video, we are going to basically play through the SGT. We're going to play through this week's tournament on the Pro Tour, which is hand in hand. It's played at the same course that our current U.S. Olympians are playing at over in Paris. So let's jump out there and take a look at the settings on the course real quick. All right, so real quick over the settings. In round one, we've got white tees, Saturday pins, stemp is at 11, putting's on normal, fairway firmness is normal, green firmness is normal, and wind is calm. So hopefully we can put up a pretty good score, but just like if you've been watching the tournament, you kind of got to stay out of the rough. So we're out here at hole one, and as you kind of have seen if you've been watching the tournament on TV, the rough can be pretty brutal at this tournament, so it's going to be really key to try to keep it in the fairway so we can try to score and maybe go pretty low in this first round with these more friendly pins and shorter distances. All right, so we're out here at hole one. It is kind of a shorter par four, just under 400 yards. They do try to tempt you if you do hit driver here. You go kind of long and left, you're going to end up in the water. So we are going to start off with hitting a 2 hybrid and just try to put something in the fairway. All right, started off first tee with some poor contact there. Didn't really get a good piece of that one, but we still put it in the fairway. We got 169, slightly downhill with a little wind helping us from behind here. 169 left. Try to get an 8-iron there. Go ball. Go. Get left. Get left. Wasn't the greatest contact, but we did get it on the green. We left ourselves about almost 19 feet, slightly up the hill here. These are stemp greens at 11. See if we can roll in a birdie on the first hole here. All right, unfortunately pulled out a little bit left to start with, so we ended up left of the hole. Moving on hole two, still even par. Long par three over water, so 211, 6 yards downhill though, so probably more like 205. Gonna hit this 5-iron, and hopefully we can just keep this out of the water. Get over the water. All right, so kind of just block that a little bit to the right there. I'm gonna try to get out of this bunker. Hopefully we can get it into the gimme circle and get out of here with our par. All right, just missed landing that on the green, unfortunately, so that rough really grabbed it and stopped it. All right, not off to a hot start, obviously. A little hard on that one. We got a little left to right breaker up the hill here, 11 feet. So hopefully we can stuff this in there and get out of here with a bogey. Well, at least we've come to our first par five. Maybe we can get some of those strokes back. Having a double bogey in the first two holes, that's really going to start the round off pretty poorly. Hopefully the driver works for me today. I've been kind of battling it probably the last couple of weeks here. Didn't get a good bounce on that one. Kind of stayed there in the rough, but fortunately for us, like there's kind of more of a calculated distance penalty here in GSPro, as opposed to playing from the rough that the guys are playing from over there in Paris this week. Got 222 left, a little bit down the hill. Ball is below my feet, so it is going to take off a little bit to the right. Going to try to hit this 2 hybrid there and just see if we can't get something up around the green. Draw, draw. All right, so at least got it up there around the green, so hopefully we can just get up and down here, get a birdie. Had another one that we almost made it past the rough, and I think would have turned out pretty good. All right, so again, touch is not there, obviously today, so hopefully we can get this in and save our par. This is a tough course, but I'm making it tougher on myself. I'm not doing myself any favors. We really probably need to get under par today to have any real shot or chance at maybe getting on the leaderboard or staying in the top 10 for this tournament. So hopefully we can pick it up here. Going to hole 4, we are now 3 over. 178 left up the hill, a little upslope. I'm going to try to get a 7-iron there, see if we can't get us a birdie putt. That contact was a little bit thin. Hopefully we can get some feel to our short game here and we can stick this kind of close. Look at that, a miracle. Had some touch on the short game there. We got it in the gimme circle, got out of there with a par. So we're headed to number 5 here, which is kind of a par 4 under 400 yards. A little dog leg to the right. We are still 3 over, so hopefully we can start, rolling in some birdies or something, getting on the green, get some opportunities. Go ball. Get up. Get up. Oh, almost bounced it back out of the fairway. You could kind of tell on that shot the fairway is really narrow, kind of in the landing area for driver. So I tried to kind of cut across the rough there, get back to the fairway. Just didn't make it. So we got 77 yards left, slightly up the hill. This pin is kind of tucked in the back right corner of the screen. Gonna hit 58-degree lob wedge. Hopefully we can get something in there close. So we had pretty good distance on that. I kind of expected once it hit with that spin, even though we were coming out of the rough, that it would kind of maybe stop a little bit or maybe even come back. It just didn't. So we're just off the green and going to putt this from the fringe. Looks pretty straight. All right, so didn't hit that putt hard enough. So now we're moving on to hole 6. We're still 3 over. We got another short kind of par 4 here. We got to be careful of the right-hand side of going out of bounds. So hopefully we can finally put a driver in the fairway. Again, we are playing our second shot from the rough. Unfortunately, these fairways are pretty difficult to hit. We've got 118 left, a little down the hill. The ball is above my feet, so it's going to go left a little bit. So I have aimed to the right side of the green to counter that. We're going to hit basically a 50-degree wedge. Come on, ball. Get back there. Go. So contact wasn't great. A little out on the toe on that, so we did lose some distance, unfortunately. So now we've got a 31-foot putt, a little bit down the hill. Going to feel probably more like 25 or so. It's going to break a little bit to the left. It's always so much fun, having a putt right in the jaws and just leaving it one rotation short of falling in the cup. But anyway, we got out of there with a par. We're moving on to hole 7. We're still 3 over. Thought we were going to have a birdie there, but unfortunately, we're still looking for our first birdie. So now we're moving on to a little bit longer par 4 here. We've got 449 yards, basically a little dogleg to the right, and they kind of test you without a bounce to the right. So we're going to have to try to keep this straight or a little bit left. Kind of pull fade. Whoa, ball. All right, so finally got a drive to stay in the fairway. We used just about all of it we could. Hit a nice little pull fade there to the end of the fairway. We got 150 left, downhill about 7.5 feet. So we are going to basically hit a 9-iron and see if we can't stick this in there a little bit closer and finally make a birdie putt. Fade, fade. All right, blew a really good opportunity there. So try to get out of this bunker, which I haven't been doing a very good job of today. So hopefully we can get out of this, get out of here with par. Oh. All right, so got a little lucky there, hit the stick, kind of deadened it. We stayed in the gimme circle, so we got out of there with a par. So now we're moving on to this par 3, number 8 here. 207 yards, 6 yards downhill. We're still 3 over, and I'm going to try to probably start aiming more for middle of greens and then just shaping the ball left and right, and just hopefully we can hit more putting surfaces that way and get more opportunities at putts as opposed to, coming out of the bunker and being short-sighted on greens and stuff. All right, so I'm going to try to hit this 5-iron here, put this on the green, give us a putt for birdie. Go ball. Get back there. Get back there. So executed a shot finally, kind of like I wanted to. So we've left ourselves a little over 9 feet. Pretty level putt. So hopefully I can finally make the first birdie of the round. Finally got us the birdie. We're on hole 8 there. We're going into hole 9, still 2 over. We got another par 5 here, so hopefully another opportunity presents itself to get another bird. All right, so I was a little scared of the water that was on the left, so we're still in the rough on the right. Just going to take the medicine here, going to hit 5-iron, hit something back into the fairway, and give a little short wedge shot for the third shot. Thin. All right, poor contact again with the 5-iron. We thinned that one, so it kind of tailed off to the right on us, and we stayed into the rough, unfortunately. So 78 yards left. The ball is above our feet, so it is going to go left. So I've aimed out to the right just a little bit, right side of the screen. So we've got a little over 40 feet up the hill with a little bit of left to right break. Maybe I could drop in a bomb and we can keep the birdie train going. Most likely, at least get it in the gimme circle and get out here with a par. Crushed it. Whoa. Unfortunately, crushed that, pushed it just a little bit right, so hopefully we can clean this up for our par. So butchered that hole, got out there with a par though. So we're moving on to number 10, still 2 over. It's a shorter par 4 here with water all down the left-hand side. So we are going to try to stay, to the right side of the fairway or maybe even in that rough still. All right, so we executed a drive again. We found the fairway. We got 72 yards left here up the hill. Pushed it out to the right just a little bit there. Didn't really get any spin on that. So we've got a right to left breaker here. Coming back down the hill a little bit. We got 15 feet left. Oop. Good speed. We came out of there with our par. We're going on to 11 now, 2 over. Another par 3. Shorter one this time. We're at 161, a little bit down the hill. Going to try to cut a little bit of an 8-iron and see if we can't just get on that front left edge of the green there. Too much. All right, unfortunately, too much cut, so now we've got basically a 31-foot putt. Oh. Hit another good putt. Unfortunately, we're just kind of these long ones. So got out of there with a par. We're still 2 over, headed into number 12, which is going to be another shorter kind of par 4. Big bounce left. Keep going. A really good bounce that time. We got back out on the fairway. We've got 95 yards left up the hill, 8 feet. So we're probably going to have to play this past the hole a little bit because there is kind of that false front, that slope right there in the front of the green. So we want to go past the hole maybe a couple yards and see if we can't maybe spin it back or get it to stop. Spin. Spin. At least we did spin it back, and so we've got just under 12 feet left. We are going down the hill, so this is going to be more kind of like an 8-foot feel and got a little bit left to right break in it. So hopefully we can get our second birdie. So we got our second birdie of the day or of the round there. So we're on to the 13 here. We're back to 1 over. Now this is going to be a really short par 4 and we've got water down the right hand side and then also kind of deep past the fairway. So this isn't going to be a driver hole. We're going to try to keep it in the fairway and just the 2 hybrid off the tee. Stay out of the water. Well, unfortunately, trying not to hit the driver, hit the two hybrids, still hit it in the water. But fortunately enough, we were able to drop basically just back here in the fairway. So we're going to give ourselves a pretty decent chance. We're 159 out. Going to hit an 8 iron. Hopefully we can kind of put this close, and then we can still get out of here with a par. All right, not the greatest contact with the 8 iron, a little bit thin there. Fortunately enough, it was enough to carry the water. So now I've got to try to chip this in for par and hopefully get out here with limited damage. All right, unfortunately, going in the wrong direction there with that lost ball. So we ended up with bogey, so we're back to 2 over, headed into 14, which is a par 5. So hopefully we can get that stroke back. All right, really spinny drive there, so it cost ourselves some carry distance. We're in the rough, so just going to hit a 5 iron, hopefully advance it, keep it in the fairway, and give us a chance for a wedge in or something. Thin contact on that shot, but at least we accomplished the job. Got it in the fairway, 135 out. Going to hit a pitching wedge. Come on, get back there. Get over there. Executed a shot. We got in the gimme circle, got a birdie. We're back to 1 over. Headed into 15, which is a long par 4. I got to try to keep this straight or even just a little bit of a draw on this. I don't want to go right because we got water all down the right side on this hole. So got us a good drive in the fairway. We got 130 left, a little bit downhill. Pin's tucked in the back right, so going to aim towards the middle of the green, hit the same pitching wedge. Maybe I can fade it a little bit this time. Hopefully we get the same result. We get in the gimme circle and get a birdie. I pulled it. Go. Fade right. Nope. No, unfortunately scared of the water there. Kind of pulled that one a little bit to the left. So got a little too much distance on it. We're coming out of the rough, back onto the green. This is severely kind of downhill towards the water there. So really just need to lightly get this in the air, get it on the green, and let it just funnel to the hole. It's a good touch there. Got in the gimme circle, got our par. We're still 1 over, headed into 16. It's 164-yard par 3, down the hill 5 yards. So we are going to play this probably towards the center of the green with this 8 iron and see if we can't kind of fade it back to that pin a little bit. Go ball. Get over there. Go ball. Wasn't terrible contact, but I took a little bit too much off of that to get it back there. So we got this long 25 footer. Go ball. Didn't hit it. All right, together with par, running out of chances though. We are coming to 17. It's another long par 4. Need to get a birdie here on the last hole to at least get this back to even. I'd like to go birdie so that we can at least maybe finish under par in the first round here. All right, so I was hoping for a little bit of a pull fade there. Did not get that. We are in the rough, 168 out, up the hill 5 yards. Gonna try to hit a 7 iron and see if we can't just get this kind of somewhat close, somewhere on the green. Whoa ball. Whoa ball. Anyway, we are on the green in 2, so this is a birdie putt. 47, almost 48 feet. Hoping just I can lag this into the gimme circle. So unfortunately, we're still over par, 1 over, going into 18. This is, however, a par 5, and it only plays 456 yards. So as long as we can avoid the water on the left-hand side of this hole, we should hopefully be able to get a birdie and get back to even. All right, so we stayed away from the water, but we are in the rough, unfortunately. We got 160 left, a little bit down the hill. Okay, I'm going to hit an 8 iron. I'm going to hit it out left of the hole or aim left of the hole, even though the ball's above my feet, because I really just want to get this up in the air and get this on the green, give myself a chance at an eagle putt, and just guarantee birdie here. So I executed pretty much what I was trying to do there. Just get it in the middle of the green, give me a long chance at eagle, and just hopefully I can secure the birdie and get back to even on the ending this round. All right, so we got about 44 feet down the hill, 11 inches. So this is going to be more of a 32, 33 foot feel. I have aimed out to the right because it's going to break to the left. Hopefully I can get this in a gimme circle, just like on the last hole. That is going to do it for round one over in Paris. We did get it back to even. I just had that rough start to start off with. As you can see, we started off with that double bogey on 2, and then that bogey followed up on 3, and then we played pretty well. You know, the rest of the way out. I had 4 birdies after that and 1 bogey. So hopefully, now that kind of played the course a little bit, they don't make it too difficult in round 2. We can kind of build on this and maybe like finish this tournament under par. And maybe we're not going to win, but you know, hopefully maybe we can at least get into the top 10 or top 15 or something. All right, stay tuned because round 2 should be coming up next, probably the day after this video post. If you like the video, make sure to give the video a like. If you're not subscribed to the channel, we are continuing to do some of these courses, some of these tournaments on the SGT Tour. So I want to thank y'all again for watching the video. Y'all have a great day, and we'll see you in the next one.